You're listening to WRMU 91.1, the radio voice of Mount Union. This is your host, Christina Zordich of Stark Actors on the Airwaves. We got a full house tonight, and I am so happy that Ty is back. Ty is back from her quest in Washington, D.C.
We have to call it a quest. Otherwise, it wouldn't be cool.
It sounds fancy, quest.
It was too fancy for me.
It's a quest. You were gone, and we missed you.
I know, right?
I feel like... Dude, get closer to the mic.
Okay. I'm close to the mic.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like everybody was gone for winter break, and Ty was gone for winter break and a whole semester. So it's like
Ty was on a quest.
Yes, she was on
quest to get my swamp back. And I was like,
well, hello then. But yeah, say hello.
Everybody say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh yeah, we have to do the introducing thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who are you, mysterious person?
I said who I was. I'm Christina Zorich, the host.
No way.
And who are you?
I don't know.
This is my co-host,
Georgia McCartney.
And our lovely narrator,
Jamie Laubacher.
And who okay, Ty will get honorary because she's back.
Yeah.
Ty is one of our awesome fans and actors, too.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
She already said hi. We're going to make her say hi like a million times.
We are, because you missed it.
Hi.
And this is Elizabeth, who is also...
I don't have like a specific role. I'm just kind of here.
You're like a commentator
you're a fan. You're like a hardcore fan. You're the one who's always like, I'm done.
Oh,
That's
yes,
true.
yes.
You are.
I'm a professional fan.
Yes, so professional fan, commentator,
and
voice
actress.
actor.
She's
Rosanna. Yeah, she's a Rosanna
yeah.
most of the time. And her hair looks lovely tonight.
Everybody looks lovely tonight.
I know. Like, Ty's got her
Elizabeth's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're all a bunch of girls here. We're not
discuss that later.
We're not scared to say you look great today. So, yeah.
Your face is priceless. Anyway, we got
real quick, who we are and what we do.
Oh, Stark Actors on the Airwaves is a radio acting. Oh, I lost words now.
Radio drama, folks.
Yeah.
That's what you're listening to right now. We are Stark Actors on the Airwaves, coming to you out of the beautiful University of Mount Union. We bring you scripts, stories, poetry, music, just about anything can be on the menu from week to week, so you gotta listen in.
And that is why she is our narrator.
I'm done. I am put to shame. Shame. Would you like this curtain of shame?
I was very impressed, I have to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you have scripts, poems, or anything of the like, please email that to us. I can't even do that. I just sound like a phone operator.
I know, we sound lame.
She sounds genuine.
She sounds
and
great.
Amazing.
She's just like, hello, I'm Jamie Laubacher. This is
but
what
I just
you're
sound like a
listening to.
telemarketer. You want to hang up and
I
burn
sound
your
like some
phone.
loser trying too hard. That's probably because that's what I am.
But anyway, if you have scripts or poems or anything like that, just
Ty's like, this is what I've been missing out on.
Yes, but just send them our way. If you Google Stark Actors on the Airwaves, we'll pop up. We've got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
We're working on that YouTube.
We are.
It's slowly developing.
Yeah, we've got some shows up there, most of the second half of Quinn and Russel. But our editor, a.k.a. me, is a very lazy/busy person.
Dude, I can help you. I asked to.
Yeah.
But
we need to get on.
Yeah, anyway, sorry, we can't discuss this on air.
No, we
Later,
should.
guys, later.
Yeah, but it's like, we're discussing video editing and blah, 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 blah.
But for real,
we've got some stuff up there.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, especially Twitter, because if I has no followers, I will not post anything because I'm just like, what's the point? But
I watch you.
You do.
I follow you.
You
I don't
do.
get on Twitter, but I mean,
You do.
We're our
Jamie
own
sees a lot of my
It's
stuff.
like all of us just standing in a room applauding for ourselves.
I know, but it's like, we're so great.
I know, right?
Anyway,
It's
yeah,
fun, though.
but you can see pictures of our characters if you go on Facebook.
Facebook.
The lovely Georgia McCartney draws them for us.
That's well updated. Our Facebook.
Yes, our Facebook is great. So if you want all
we're
the
just gonna
deets,
advertise.
just
We're like, oh yeah,
we're selling out
We do
over
a
here.
show sometimes, but mostly just advertising.
We're most of the time we just talk. Anyway.
It's okay. I feel like we're a small team here, and whatever we get done is good because it's like, come on, we've got a Facebook, a Twitter, a YouTube, and a shop, and it's like there's only so much we can do as a small team, but we are working our best.
Georgia, since that is not the first one we were doing. This is the first one we were doing.
Your doorbell.
Ding dong. Yeah, explain to them.
Okay, so you know how we advertise. We're like, oh yeah, if you have something to show us, go ahead and submit it, and we'll read it over, see if it's good for on air. And if it's good, you're good to go. And then we also advertise if it's like, if you want to write with any of us, you can. That's what I did. We wanted more writers for the show. So I went ahead and there's this website you can get on. It's like a Roleplay Central. I think that's the name of the website. It's like Roleplay Central. Anyway, I signed up for an account, and people can contact you based on your profile. Say, oh, I like to write modern day, or oh, I like to write fantasy, or whatever. So I signed up, and this girl emailed me, and she's like, oh, hey, would you like to write with me? I'm like, oh, sure, let's write. So we get to writing in a bit, and it's like after we have this story developed, I asked her, I said, I've got like a small radio show that I am involved with. Would you be okay with me reading this on air? She's like, yeah, that's fine. So I'm like, oh, great. Thank you so much. So it's like we have more material here to work with.
That's really
And
cool.
yeah, I'm really excited because this is new and exciting. And yeah,
Also, I'm live tweeting right now. That's why I'm on my phone.
you're lame.
Wow.
Only lame people live tweet. Yeah. Okay, so who wants to read the title and disclaimer and Jamie disclaimer?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, so Elizabeth points at Christina, who points at me. I feel like I need to point at
I'm
Elizabeth.
pointing at Georgia, actually, so.
Oh, I need to.
Narrator. Lovely narrator.
Okay.
Or I can since you have a role.
Well, I mean, I don't. Okay. I
Just
don't
somebody read.
care.
Jamie
Just tell me what you need me to read. I'll read
Jamie
it.
also does the
Beautiful
best
here.
disclaimer.
You do the.
But
Okay,
I don't
Jamie
know,
does the
I
disclaimer
don't
and then
really
I'll
know
read it.
the disclaimer, though.
But you're the only one who really does.
How about I'll read the title and who wrote it, and you'll do the disclaimer.
I can do the
Dude.
disclaimer if Jamie doesn't know it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I think she just didn't want to do it all.
Okay,
Anyway.
there we go. We got this.
Shelly and Hector by Andrea Sloboda and Georgia McCartney.
You said
And if I can
Jaguba.
remember this from a month ago, was the last time I said it. The following is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to real people, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. And I know there's a latter half to that I can never remember. But just please
we
don't
love you,
sue
don't
us.
sue us,
We
that's
love
it.
you.
Don't sue
Just
us, we love
don't.
you.
Just
Are
don't
we
do
Use
it.
the latter half of it. That's all we ever
I feel
say.
like this
No.
mic is
But like
dying.
officially, there's like an actual like last half to that. I
And
can
that's
never
what you
remember
never,
what it
can never
is.
remember to go and look it up.
like what was that, a British accent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we have to say her name normally because I'm like, I'm so sorry, I might mess up your name. And she's like, no, it'll be okay.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I think you pronounced it right, only British. I
Oh.
know, she's going to be like, pronounce it and not British.
Oh.
But British.
Sorry.
British.
I don't speak British either.
All right, carry on.
Okay,
people.
let's go.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Just like, let's get going.
Okay.
No way. Okay.
Shelly and Hector. Return to postman. Shelly made a note and placed it on top of yet another letter that was, for some reason, delivered to her home. The problem was, she was never home when the letters arrived, so she couldn't have a talk with the postman. She had no idea who the man those letters were addressed to was, and even less idea why anyone would deliver them to her house, as she didn't even live in the town that was noted there. To be honest, she'd never even heard about that place. Still, she didn't open the man's mail. It might be important, so it was better if the postman just took it back and sent it to wherever it was actually meant to go. And she had more important things to do anyway. No matter how industrialized their world had become during the last century or two, ether still had to be extracted and bottled manually. They were just lucky that the thing was powerful enough that most contraptions used in the homes and on the street required less than half a gram to work for about a month. Right now, however, Shelly was through with working for the day. She could just settle down on a sofa and read under the flickering candlelight. The warm flame, even with all of its flickering, was much easier on her eyes than the cold fairy lights that lit up the whole city. As the dark-skinned woman settled down with the latest novel she picked up, she clicked her tongue, a sign to the fairy in the bauble that it was time for her to rest. At one point, though, Shelly glanced toward the front door, where she had left the mail. It had been a couple of days since those letters started arriving, and Shelly's maid was yet to mention them. Why was she keeping quiet about them?
Hector sorted through a pile of mail on his countertop. No. None of these were his. They were all addressed to some lady he had never met before. Shelly. That sounded like an old cat lady or something. In his frustration, he slid the letters across the counter and they flew everywhere. He sighed, realizing he had to pick them all up. As the young man was picking up the letters, a small note was slipped through his door crack. The man's heart sank as he walked over to see what it was. It was a letter from his landlord stating that if he didn't have his rent payment soon, he would be forced to move out. Hector crumpled up the paper and threw it against the door. His paychecks hadn't been coming either, and Hector's employer was slower than molasses sorting the whole thing out. With a heavy sigh, Hector flopped down on his cheaply made couch, unsure of how he would get out of this one.
As much as Shelley tried to concentrate on her book, she kept glancing toward the door and the small table to the right of it. She had this odd feeling in her gut about this, yet she couldn't figure it out. After all, it wasn't just that she kept getting letters addressed to this Hector guy, but her own mail was missing. With the number of pen pals she had, it was hard to believe that all of them had chosen the same 5 days not to send their messages. Shelley swallowed and forced her gaze back to the science fiction book in her lap, back to the magnificent world of space travels powered by contained thunder sprite. 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, the planet with purple atmosphere, glanced towards the door. Shoot. Maybe it wasn't a postman's fault? Maybe Mrs. Fay Hunt was the one to blame. Maybe she was pulling a prank on her. Shelley sighed, and after returning the bookmark to the same place it was when she opened the novel, she closed the book and set it aside. Thump. The woman's head shot up, her wide open eyes catching the sight of a rolling ball for a moment before it, disappeared. There was no time to see any other detail in the unlit entry hall.
What on earth?
With 2 clicks of her tongue, the fairies lit up the room again as the woman approached the spot where she saw the ball. There was nothing out of the ordinary there.
Maybe I should stop reading fiction.
The woman reached for the nearest paper and placed it onto the spot where the ball had appeared. Next, she grabbed the cheap fountain pen she kept on the small table and, ignoring the fact it was Hector's mail that she was writing on, she noted down 1 word. Hello. A grin spread across Shelley's lips as she tried not to laugh at the sight of the note disappearing right in front of her. There was something there. And now she knew that much, she could try and figure it out. Maybe it was something that could be crafted if one just figured out the right ratio of the compounds.
After a while, Hector got up from the couch. He began walking around his small apartment room, trying to clear his mind. When he did, he noticed a new note lying there. Maybe this was finally some good news he'd been waiting for? With great enthusiasm, he picked it up. However, the small note only just read hello. Hello? Hello? Hello for what? Was this the landlord again? Like one of those gentle reminders, as if just to say, hello, are you alive? Also, the rent is due. Ugh, he knew about his stupid rent. He didn't need to be constantly reminded of it. Hector promptly ripped up the note and let the pieces fall to the ground. But before the bits hit the floor, they vanished right before his eyes. Hector jolted back in surprise.
What the heck? What was that?
He got down on his hands and knees and began looking around for the missing pieces. They were nowhere to be found, and come to think of it, neither was the crumpled up note from earlier. This was weird. Maybe he was dreaming or something, or having one of those stress-induced hallucinations.
When the note returned in pieces, Shelley's grin fell into a frown. Darn, she actually hoped for an answer. Maybe she could try again, and if it got ripped up again, then whatever it was might not be such a good thing. But what should she write? Should she even try writing anything? What if whatever was on the other side wasn't actually, intelligent? Or maybe there was no other side. Maybe this was simply another type of sprite, something that washed over from a different continent or something. Finally, she decided on a question. Where are you? It was simple enough and was far less offensive than asking what the other was or who, if it happened to be one of those narcissistic sprites. She wrote the question on a new piece of paper and let it fall from the height just above where the scrapped note had appeared. And if there was no intelligent being on the other side, it wouldn't even matter what she wrote. Shelley blinked as the note disappeared, her unconsciousness struggling to accept such a thing, even though this was what she had expected to happen. Still, in her world, things did not just disappear without a trace.
After being unable to find the missing scraps, Hector rose to his feet and scratched his head. He stared in disbelief at the floor. He shook his head. Then, right before his eyes, a new note appeared out of nowhere. Nowhere. Literally nowhere. The man jolted back even further than he did before, but this time he tripped and fell over a rug and fell backwards to the ground. He scurried to regain his composure and pulled himself with his arms to the place where he saw the new note come in. With shaking hands, he grabbed it. Where are you? Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. It sounded like a text a buddy would send you if you were running late, not some mysterious impossible feat. Hector stared at the note for a bit, perplexed. Should he write something back? Was something or someone sending these? How exactly were they sending them? Was this some weird optical illusion or prank? Either way, it was more interesting than thinking about his nagging landlord.
Okay, I'll bite.
Hector got up and grabbed one of his free promotional pens. He wrote sloppily in a free spot on the note. At my place, chillin'. You? With a shrug, he dropped it on the spot where all the action was happening, and it disappeared.
Shelly waited for the note to return. The wait was nerve-wracking. She couldn't wait to see if the note was an answer or just ripped up. She even caught herself gnawing on the nail of her thumb, a habit she thought she had dropped back in the academy almost 10 years ago. As soon as she registered the note appear, Shelly snatched it and read it, or at least tried to read it. It had been a very long time since she'd last seen such sloppy handwriting. Most people nowadays tried to write as neatly as possible, as a lot of people judged you based on your handwriting. Heck, they had penmanship classes in the academy. Still, as messy as it seemed, Shelly soon realized that it was actually really easy to decipher. So this person, they were chillin'. What they were chilling or how they were doing it, she didn't know, but this meant the person was most likely a sprite, one related to Frost. At home in Wallowdale, Northern Albion, Shelly wrote on a new piece of paper and tried to decide what else she could add. She had never interacted much with sprites, as only a few types were intelligent enough to communicate with humans, and those generally preferred to isolate themselves from Shelly's species. Maybe it would be best to hand the conversation reins to the sprite? I was trying to read, Shelly finished and dropped the paper over the invisible rift.
Hector raised an eyebrow at the note that reappeared. Huh, so they wanted to keep playing this little game. All right, what did it say? Hector was baffled. Well, where now? He certainly had never heard of that place before. But then again, he wasn't the best at geography. He shrugged and moved on. Trying to read? Oh, well, sorry. He had just... Wait a second. Wasn't whoever sending these notes trying to perform some sort of trick? Why would they be reading? Hector scratched his head. This kept on getting more and more confusing. But it was kind of interesting. So he wrote another note. Reading? What are you reading? How are you sending these notes? Are you a magician? Are you... Hector stopped at that last part. That was enough questions for one paper. In fact, it was only a small slip and he already covered front and back of it. He shrugged and let the note fall to the ground as he watched as it vanished again.
Why couldn't they respond a bit faster? Shelly really wanted to figure out what was going on, and if the other one was an intelligent sprite, as seemed to be the case, then they might have a far better idea of what was happening with the notes disappearing. Maybe someone managed to create a teleport, but it wasn't functioning as predicted. After all, ether wasn't always predictable, especially when sprites got involved. The note was there. Shelly grabbed it, and a grin dropped off her face as she read through it. As convinced as she was there was a sprite on the other side of whatever connected her to this being, this note did not at all sound as something a sprite would say. I was reading Letters from Beyond the Stars by Veronica Smithson, Shelly wrote on a new piece of paper, glancing towards let's call it a rift, hoping that another piece of paper would appear on the end of the unfinished sentence. I'm just dropping them above where I saw paper ball appear out of nowhere. I'm not a magician, though I might know a trick with cards or two. There is no such thing as magic. Shelly reread what she wrote before letting the note drop above the rift. As she stared blankly at where the paper disappeared, Shelly glanced slightly higher. It couldn't be. Her eyes widened as she realized just how close this rift was to her front doors. All of her mail could have just fallen into the rift when they were delivered. And if this was the case on the other side, then this would be the reason she was getting mail addressed to Hector?
Hector snatched up the note as it appeared. So, this Shelly was just reading a book? Didn't she have a TV or anything? Or maybe she was just the nerdy type. Hector became more interested in the second half. A small paper ball? Was that? No, it couldn't be. But it sounded like it. What if this paper ball was with Shelly? Maybe his letters were there too. His paycheck! This was it. He picked up the pen and wrote back. He wasn't as concerned with the technicalities of everything anymore. If this cat lady could just give him back his paychecks that he'd missed, he could pay off his landlord and this whole mess would be sorted out. If you saw a ball of paper, did you happen to see any of my mail? My name's Hector. He let the note drop in great anticipation of the response.
Shelly already prepared a new paper for the note exchange when the answer got back. So it was Hector on the other side, and she could freely refer to the person as he. And his mail? Yes, she did. A whole lot of it. And she finally had an official answer to why she was getting this man's letters. Are my letters on your side? I'm Shelly Polverine, the woman wrote, and dropped the note into the rift before she reached for Hector's mail. She looked at the envelopes once again, a smile playing at her lips. The paper used where Hector lived had somewhat a different quality to it. It was smoother, for example. She hadn't paid much attention to that before. Still, she had to send these back to him. So Shelly began dropping them into the rift, one envelope at a time.
Soon after Hector wrote the note, it all clicked. So this was Shelly, and this was a weird portal thing that had been mixing up their mail? Ha! He laughed at the thought of running that one by his landlord. Just then, Hector spotted something. His paychecks! His wonderful paychecks! The letters were sealed and in order. Hector grinned wide. Yes, finally, this was the best thing to happen to him in weeks. Hector then remembered the second part of the note. Oh yeah, Shelly probably wanted her letters back too. Hector walked over to the countertop and grabbed all of Shelly's mail. The young man then dropped the pile onto the weird rifty thing. But something odd happened. They didn't go through. Huh, that was weird. It was working just a second ago. Hector picked up the pile of notes. As he took another look at them, one slipped through his grasp and fell into the rift. To his surprise, it passed right through. Huh. So one letter at a time was the limit? Whatever the case, Hector began dropping the notes in one by one. After he finished, he bolted out his door to cash his paychecks and pay his rent. But once he reached the main lobby, he turned back. Hector arrived at his apartment room once more, and he dropped one more small note down. Thanks, Shelly.
As her letters began dropping in, Shelly couldn't help but grin. Even without taking them into her hand, she could easily recognize those from certain senders. Elliot's tiny handwriting, Magdalena's emerald ink, the air-shipped one from Elsa and Archibald Rover, her guild's blue-tinted paper. And none of those had that smooth texture of Hector's mail had. And once all the envelopes were on her side, it took just a couple of minutes to separate her private mail from her guild's newsletters, with marketing mails going into the trash pile right away. Though it would be a proper thing to get up at that moment and put away the letters to their prospective places, the marketing ones to the trash, the guild ones to the study, her private letters to the living room, where she could sit on a sofa and read them. Shelly didn't care too much about that right now. She had been waiting for these letters for so long, and it's not like anyone could see her right now. She was halfway through Magdalena's rant about her troubles with her mother-in-law when Shelly caught a movement out of the corner of her eyes. A new note from Hector. A simple thank you. Thank you as well, Hector, she wrote when there was an empty space on the paper and threw it back into the rift before going back to her letters.
The end.
Aww.
Nice.
That was a cute little story
Yeah,
there.
that was really clever.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Are they gonna be lover pen pals? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe. I don't know, but yeah, thanks, guys. I feel good about this because I'm gonna send the my friend lives in a different time zone, and it's like I'm gonna send her an audio recording. So I'm
Nice.
glad you guys liked it. Yeah,
Very
go ahead.
nice.
Quick
Definitely
commentary. Yeah.
I think it was very well planned as a little one shot, because honestly, a one shot with entirely new characters and concepts is kind of hard to pull off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it worked very well.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm curious to know, when you two wrote this, did you plan what you were going to talk about, or did you just write she wrote a paragraph and then you wrote a paragraph?
We planned the concept first because when we got together, we're like, okay, what are we gonna write about? And she's like, oh, I have several outlines for role plays that we can do. and I picked one, and then we just kind of elaborated upon it. It's like, okay, what if there's like a rift where it's like you can only transfer a slip of paper? And I'm like, okay, what can we do with that? It's like, oh, how about we have their mail getting mixed up, and that's the premise for the story. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Jamie?
I just thought it was really funny that, like, I don't know, this whole thing with the mail just happened because this rift happened to appear where it did. Like, they might have never noticed this thing if it hadn't just happened to be in front of the door and the mail was like I just have this vision of, like, mail just, like, flying back and forth.
Especially, they wouldn't have noticed if you're saying that it only works with a slip of paper.
Yeah.
They really never would have noticed.
Yeah.
This rift.
Yeah, and I can speak for Hector. I mean, Shelly's not mine, but I can speak for Hector in saying that he's pretty dumb, and he probably wouldn't.
Pretty dumb.
He's pretty dumb, and that he probably wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was neat, too, that, like, you get a really, really strong sense of the fact that these people live in very different worlds with just, like, very sparse details on that, but, like, you get that.
Oh, I'm glad.
was
And
impressive.
and also that it wasn't immediately obvious, which made it better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
thanks.
true.
Thanks, guys.
Because I was like, what is she talking about halfway through this? And I realized I'm like, oh, they're in like different worlds or times or something.
Oh, cool.
Was it worlds or times?
Both?
Both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks,
Because
guys.
I was like
Dig
really confused, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, okay.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he was behind on this right because of it.
That
was really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah? Oh, thanks. I just picture Hector as kind of,
That poor
Just
little
kind of a-
goober.
yeah,
He's
just kind of
like,
a
oh my
dopey guy.
gosh, I'm sending all this money, my paychecks.
I
stuff
know.
aren't going through. What the heck?
I know. And then, like, in this other time/world, Shelly's like, who the heck is Hector?
Yeah.
I know.
That's funny.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like that. I just thought it was a interesting trait that fit. And I feel like both characters play to our strong points because, let's face it, I'm good at writing modern stuff.
Derps.
Modern derpy stuff. And I feel like my friend is better at writing more eloquent, involved.
Yes,
Made
your
up
writing
world.
was very eloquent, and thank you for
It's
submitting
wonderful.
it to us. I
Yes.
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Yes, we all appreciate it.
I'll write with you anytime too.
Oh, that's awesome. This is so cool.
See, folks, if you write stuff with us or you write stuff on your own and send it in, it'll end up on the radio. It's
I
really
know.
cool.
This is cool
Yeah.
stuff.
We don't just say this and then not do it. Like, it's an actual thing that we do.
Nobody does it for.
We put our scripts where our mouth is. Don't make us sound that pitiful. Okay, but yeah, any closing comments before we move on to our next
I'm
script?
good.
Yeah, if you put your script where your mouth is, then you can't.
You guys are a bunch of doofuses. You guys are so
That
dumb.
was
I'm
the
out.
best answer
I'm out.
possible.
That was beautiful.
That I
was
think that was
beautiful.
tied with mine, and that's why Jamie's our narrator tonight. That was good. High five.
We've got a lot of good moments tonight.
Thank you.
But yeah, okay. Well, thank you all, and special thanks to Andrea.
Please let us know how you pronounce that. We feel bad.
Yeah, because I was gonna use her like username, and she's like, "Oh, just use my real name. It's there's less of a chance for mispronunciation there." And I'm like, "Nah, you don't know how bad I am."
In general, I would just say that that's
Thanks.
Andrea. I would bet good money on Andrea.
Andrea, it's probably just Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
Sorry, we're having a discussion about your name on
We are okay. We'll move on. I'm sorry, I spit on you.
All right, we got another script, guys.
Yep. Okay. You got it. Christina, contain yourself. Okay, so we've got the next installment of Quinn and Russell here. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So
We're gonna rip your hearts out with these guys this semester.
I know. It's great. Okay.
at you, Jamie.
I
So
know.
where was the last we left Quinn and Russell? Well, I guess all you need to know really much.
Oh, they were buying wedding clothes.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh
right.
yes.
They were broing it up in the tuxedo
Russell
section.
Yes.
no, did he? He already proposed, didn't he?
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, Russell proposed to Rosanna.
I feel like
That's
it'd be
about
like
it.
jumping the gun to go buy your outfits before you.
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
Well, they
Russell's a
shocked
derp and
after
didn't
he
think that she'd
proposed.
say yes. So.
Yeah, and be like, well, I gotta return this
Be like,
tux.
no, Russell, she loves you. She'll say yes. Let's buy these tuxes. And then later
And
she's
he's
like,
like-
no. And
and
then
he's
he'd
like-
be like, flips table.
I know, right? He's like, oh, well, at least I still look fabulous.
I know,
In
right?
tux. Yeah, but okay, so we've got these two best friends, Quinn and Russell, and Russell's gonna get married to Rosanna. And this just picks up after they've been tuxedo shopping and after he's proposed to her and everything. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all you need to know.
Should we let your friend know?
What?
Okay. A very, very brief backstory so you know.
This is
My-
always fun.
I know, right?
I don't think think you can make their backstory brief.
I know.
And
Well, I'm gonna
You
try.
need to write down a brief backstory. Wait, you did that. Never mind. It got big.
Yeah, I got real big.
Brief version of the backstory
Okay,
is like 3 paragraphs.
My character Quinn was a con man who stole stuff all his life, and he stole stuff for money, and that was pretty much his job, and he liked doing it. And then George's character Russell was his time traveler, and stuff happened. They became friends. They were like good bad guy or a good neutral guy, and then they became friends. And then Russell's like, "Hey, I want to help you go on the straight path," and that's pretty much all I'll say.
yeah, that pretty much says it all.
Shenanigans
Yeah,
ensued.
shenanigans.
Stuff
That's exactly what I was
Shenanigans
gonna say.
ensue, yes.
Yeah, complicated shenanigans, but that will take the rest of the time, and we don't have that. So
But yeah, we want a little more commentary afterwards.
Just know their broship runs deep.
yes,
Exactly.
thank you.
Jamie, that's
You got it.
I'm never gonna write another summary again. That's it.
Yeah.
That's really
Jamie's
what
on
you need to know about
fire
She's on
tonight.
board
I'm having a
tonight.
good
She's on
day.
fire.
Yeah.
What a good day.
Anyway,
Okay.
is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right.
So
Are
same
you, are you my
disclaimers
single
last time.
friend?
Hmm?
You running a friend?
Yeah.
Can you?
You texting me
Hey, friend. Tell
Any-
her I say hi. Oh yeah, hi.
any resemblance to people living or dead.
Every people living or dead is completely coincidental. Love
Any
you.
people living or dead are coincidental.
Exactly. Don't do us living or dead people. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay. So this one's called Jogging by Christina Zoritich and Georgia McCartney.
Christina, get up.
Christina, we need you. Christina. Okay.
Okay.
Russell knocked on Quinn's apartment door. As he waited, he nervously adjusted the drawstrings on his hoodie. Would Quinn be home? If he was, would he answer? How was he going to say what he wanted to...
Yeah.
Quinn asked after he opened the door. He held a small carton of Moose Tracks ice cream under his arm, the spoon inside it.
Oh, hey Russ.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Quinn smiled, glad to see his friend even though he wasn't looking his best. It was a surprise to see him, but seeing Russell always made him feel better. He looked down at his carton of ice cream.
Do you want some?
Russell looked down at the carton.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
Russell scratched the back of his neck. Quinn wiped his mouth with the back of his hand, feeling a bit embarrassed.
Say, Quinn, you wouldn't want to go jogging or something?
Jogging? What? Why do you want to go jogging?
Because why not? I mean, it's a lovely evening. I need the exercise, and I'm wearing a hoodie and everything. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Quinn said as he opened the door further, wondering why Russell was hesitating.
I haven't been running in a while myself. Well, come on in as I put this away and get dressed.
Oh, all right.
Russell walked into Quinn's apartment and sat near the door. He pulled out his phone and started playing with it as he waited.
I wouldn't have been eating it if I knew you were coming over.
Quinn opened the freezer and put his ice cream away, his spoon in the sink. The television returned to the romance movie that he was watching, and he scurried over to the remote and turned it off. Russell chuckled a bit at Quinn's charming nature. But soon after he did, Russell could feel his heart sink inside his chest. He returned his eyes to his phone, where he typed out gibberish to no one.
Just wait a minute or two. I'll be ready in a sec.
Quinn rushed to his bedroom and changed into the oldest pair of sweat clothes he had. He chose a pair of gray sweatpants and a white hoodie with a black undershirt underneath. He grabbed his keys on his bedroom counter and came out of his bedroom, smiling at his friend. Russell got up and looked at Quinn.
Okay, I'm ready. Are we going to a certain place, or are we just going around the block? Because I got my keys just in case.
I was thinking just around the block. So there's no need for your keys, buddy.
The man pulled at his drawstrings.
So are you ready? I'm ready.
Quinn put his car keys down, making sure he still had the key to his apartment.
Yeah, I'm ready.
He opened the door and looked at Russell, furrowing his brow. There was something off about Russell, but he wasn't sure what.
How long are we running for?
I don't know. However long we feel like.
Russell then began to walk rather quickly to the door.
So do we? I don't know. Stretch first, or should we just race?
Russell looked at Quinn and he saw his concerned face. Russell's heart twinged in pain.
You know what? Screw stretching. Stretching is for the weak.
Russell took off running. Quinn shut the door behind him and ran to catch up with Russell.
Russell, wait.
Russell slowed down at Quinn's request. Quinn was hoping they would stretch first. What the heck was wrong with Russell? Quinn soon caught up to Russell and ran beside him.
Hey, slow down. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right. You doing good too?
I'm okay, but is something wrong? You seem a little on edge, like more twitchy than usual. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm not twitchy at all.
Russell said as he could feel his hands shake. He was moving them as he jogged, so it wasn't very noticeable, but Quinn was on to him. Russell looked back over at Quinn.
Actually, I just had too much caffeine this morning. What are you gonna do?
Quinn decided to drop the subject as Russell quickened his pace. The rest of the way around the block was pretty much silent aside from their huffing and puffing and Quinn's occasional cough. He didn't want to tell Russell to stop because he had a cramp in his side. Russell seemed to be in a hurry or something. Quinn's apartment door was in reach again.
Oh, thank goodness. Almost there.
Quinn said as he quickened his pace. Russell then ran past him and rushed to the door before Quinn could get there.
Lol, first.
When Russell reached the door, he took a moment to breathe. The sudden halt was beginning to get to him. He felt himself starting to grow dizzy. He looked up as Quinn approached from behind.
Hey there. You made it.
Quinn didn't even think of this as a race. He slowed down and took his keys out from his sweatshirt pocket, opening the door.
Yeah, I made it. What, you didn't think I would?
Nah, I mean, slow and steady wins the race.
Quinn unlocked his door and the two walked inside. Quinn shut and locked the door behind him, wiping his forehead with the back of his hand. Russell started feeling lightheaded. The man blinked and tried to correct his blurry vision.
Quinn, you want to be able to spare me a glass of water, would you?
Yeah, I need something to drink too, now to think of it.
He took off his sweatshirt and hung it by the door, heading to the kitchen.
Have a seat, make yourself comfortable.
Russell slowly nodded. He looked around for Quinn's couch. Ah, there it was. He slowly walked towards it, his footsteps feeling heavier with each step. He began coughing as he tried to remember how to take a seat. The man reached out with a hand to steady himself on the couch, but he missed and fell to the floor, taking a couch cushion with him. Quinn heard a thump and turned around.
Russell?
Quinn hurried over to the man and bent down, keeping Russell's head elevated.
Dang it, Russ. You should have said something. Are you gonna be okay?
Russell was in a haze. His eyes were shut and he had trouble thinking straight.
Russell?
Quinn touched Russell's cheek with the palm of his hand, feeling that the man's skin was burning up from the running. He lifted Russell's hand and checked his pulse. It was skyrocketing.
Oh, buddy, why did you do this to yourself?
Quinn lifted his lanky friend off the floor, laying him comfortably on the couch.
Let me get you that water.
Quinn hurried to the kitchen and grabbed a medium-sized glass and quickly filled it with cold water, then grabbed a straw just in case Russell was too weak to drink straight from the glass. He took a seat on the floor next to Russell and gently tapped his arm.
Come on, buddy, wake up. I don't want to see you in the hospital again.
Russell's hand twitched as he felt the light nudge on his arm. Gradually, he opened his eyes and looked over at Quinn. His eyes began to water. He slowly lifted his hand and placed it on Quinn's shoulder. Quinn's eyes widened, glad to see him conscious.
Quinn, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Quinn.
Sorry? You don't have to be sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I do. I should have told you what was wrong sooner.
Wait, what? Is something medically wrong with you? Is this the real reason you came over?
No. It's you, Quinn. I'm sorry. This is about you. I'm worried. I'm worried about you.
Well, what? How does you passing out on my floor after running have to do with me?
Russell paused for a moment. He then wrapped his arms around Quinn and pulled him in for a hug, resting his head on his chest. Quinn immediately began to worry more. His fingers began running through Russell's hair, doing his best to calm him down.
Because I'm marrying Rose. I feel like I'm taking away your best friend, Quinn, and that you'll be lonely. I don't want you to be lonely, buddy. Being lonely sucks.
Quinn was taken aback by Russell's words. That wasn't what he was expecting at all. But of course Russell would worry about that.
Oh, no, you don't have to worry. At least not as much as you are right now. That's what you've been worrying about this whole time? You seem to be in a funny mood the second I opened the door.
Yeah. It's what I've been worrying about. I just told myself it was silly and that I didn't have to worry about that. But every time I looked at your face, I felt I felt...
You felt what, Russ?
sadness. I could see myself enjoying nice dinners with Rosanna and you eating alone, like I used to.
Quinn thought this was all silly, but he was touched all the same.
Just because I'll be eating alone while you have dinners with your wife doesn't mean anything. Nothing will really change unless you guys decide to move far away. And in that case, I'll most likely follow wherever you want me to or not.
Russell let himself grow more relaxed and calm as he held on to Quinn. He listened to the sound of his steady breathing and pulse. He felt very tired, but he had to ask one last question.
So you're not sad when I'm happy, Quinn? It's okay? You're gonna be all right?
Quinn wrapped his arms around Russell and held him closer.
I think I'll be okay. I mean, I can't guarantee that I'll have some days where I'm depressed to all heck because I want someone special like that too. But that shouldn't stop you from being happy. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself. I have for all these years.
Thanks for reassuring me, buddy. I really needed to hear that. And I'll help you too. Maybe some days we can make dinner for you too.
I'd like that.
Russell nodded weakly. The man let his eyelids droop shut and his grip on Quinn loosened. Quinn's smile soon faded.
Hey, stay with me.
Quinn lifted the glass of water that was next to him on the floor.
Drink a little bit of this, and I'll make you something to help you so you don't feel so weak, okay? We shouldn't have went for that jog.
Russell took a small sip of water, feeling it burn his dry throat as it went down.
No more. I'm good.
Quinn furrowed his brow.
No, you're not good. If you're not hungry, you should at least drink a smoothie or something.
Quinn stood up, feeling his knees crack. They really should have stretched first.
Strawberries and bananas are high in potassium and iron, and you need both of those right now. So I'm gonna make you one.
But you don't have to.
His stomach then gurgled loudly. Russell mumbled as he placed an arm around his waist.
Screw it.
Good, because you're gonna drink it even if you weren't hungry. I'll be quick.
Quinn walked to the kitchen. He rinsed off a bowl of strawberries and put them in the blender, cutting up half a banana and putting it in there as well. He added a little bit of milk and some vanilla ice cream, blending it thoroughly. He came back with a tall mug, a thick straw inside.
I gave you half of what I made, so if you want more, you can have it.
He bent down and handed over the mug to Russell. Russell frowned as he clutched his waist and looked at the smoothie.
Are you sure? Don't you need some? I don't know. I just want to kind of, sleep this off, even though that looks like the most delicious thing I've ever laid eyes on.
It's all right. I can have something else if you want all of it. Just don't sleep it off. Not just yet. You need your energy first. Are you all right enough to hold it?
Look, I've been super dumb today. I haven't eaten a whole lot, and I was just worried and trying not to be. I'm sorry.
Russell sat up quickly and got a rush of dizziness.
And to top it all off, I was just worried about something really dumb, and you'll be fine, and I...
He slowly began to fall back.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb of you to not eat.
Quinn hurried and took a seat next to Russell, putting a hand on his back.
But it's not dumb of you to worry. As a matter of fact, it's, well, sweet. Now, please just take a sip of the smoothie before you pass out again. You're starting to scare me.
Russell nodded weakly. As he looked at Quinn, he felt grateful. So happy just to have a friend that stuck with him, even when it was like this. Russell smiled and his dimples came out. Quinn handed the mug out to Russell.
All right.
Russell swung his legs over the side of the couch and sat up straight. Swinging his head back, he took a large gulp of the smoothie. The man could feel a hunger pang in his stomach as he did so. Shaking his head and smiling, he took another sip. He handed the mostly empty cup back to Quinn. Quinn took the cup and debated drinking what was left in it. Russell then rested his head on Quinn's thigh as he went back to laying down. He placed his arm around his torso. The man closed his eyes.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem. You know, I'm really glad that it's Rosanna who you're marrying, because she'll make sure you don't do this to yourself anymore. If this is sort of normal, or has this all just happened since the accident?
I guess ever since the accident. There have been so many changes in my life. I lost my powers, I'm getting married, I'm becoming a mentor. I get so worried about it sometimes. It's just hard to take care of myself when I'm like that.
Quinn nodded, understanding Russell's pain. He himself had not been in a situation like that, but he could empathize with him.
Well, dang, I wish when I was upset I don't eat.
He patted his stomach and chuckled, trying to make light of the situation.
Instead, I eat everything. You saw me earlier at that ice cream.
Are you worried too, buddy?
Quinn bit his lip, trying to find the right words to say. He was worried, but not about the same thing Russell was.
Yeah, a little. More like sad, though. Just feeling a little down on myself since I feel like a part of me is missing now that I'm not a con man anymore. That's all. Although I have no idea what could fill that void.
I think we're both concerned about similar things, buddy. We're both becoming new people, but parts of us miss the past, you know? Sometimes there's nothing really you can do that replace the void of the past. It's always there. It's like a part of you, but sometimes it's okay, you know? You don't have to find something to replace or fill it. You can just accept it. And by doing so, you accept the new joys of the future. Whoa, that was pretty deep. Maybe I'm a philosopher when I'm hungry?
Quinn slowly smiled and gently ran his fingers through Russell's hair for a moment, and then stopped. Russell could feel himself grow at ease as Quinn patted his head. It felt nice, just to know that someone was close by caring for him. He remembered when Quinn and Rosanna sat by him in the hospital. He smiled.
Yeah, maybe. But don't starve yourself just so you have more philosophical moments like this, okay?
Okay, I won't. Hey, I'll be okay for a minute if you want to go get something for yourself, Quinn. I don't want us both to be on zero.
How about something quick for both of us? How about sandwiches? PB&J or ham and cheese?
Sounds nice. I don't need anything fancy, so PB&J will do. Thanks.
All right, I'll be quick then.
Quinn stood up and put a pillow underneath Russell's head. Russell closed his eyes and leaned his head back, taking in more air and steadying his breathing.
Stay comfortable and don't pass out on me, okay?
I'll do my best. Sure is gonna be hard, you know, when I'm on this comfortable couch and with this cushy pillow. It's like he set me down on a box of rocks or something.
Quinn went into the kitchen and began making the sandwiches. He made sure to give Russell extra strawberry jelly since the strawberries would help. He cut Russell's bread diagonally down the middle and returned with Russell's sandwich on a small plate and his own on a large napkin.
Okay, here we go. Don't eat too fast, though.
Quinn returned to his seat next to Russell and handed his plate to him. Russell nodded. He sat up to take the sandwich. The man could feel another dizzy spell coming on, so when Quinn sat down, he rested his back against his friend's side.
Are there any other things on your mind, buddy? I want to help you too.
And I want to help you. But maybe you should see a doctor about this. I don't know if worrying should take this much of a toll on you, buddy.
I guess I probably should see a doctor. Even though I'd honestly rather not, I should.
Maybe you need something just to calm your nerves, but don't do what I do and smoke. That's bad. I won't let you do that.
Calming my nerves sounds good. Maybe we could do something relaxing together sometime?
That sounds like a good idea, but I can't think of anything. Yoga? That's kind of healthy and relaxing. Oh gosh, I can't see myself doing yoga, can you? We go to yoga class and all the women would just laugh at me.
I can't really see me doing yoga either. Maybe something more artistic? I've been looking to pick up calligraphy again. That'd be nice.
Wow, I didn't know you did calligraphy. Is that why you have that fancy pants writing? Come to think of it, I used to paint. I made copies of semi-famous paintings and sold the originals, so I guess I was more of a copy painting than an actual painting. I haven't tried making anything original, though.
Painting? You paint? Quinn, that's awesome. I wish I could see some of your work. Quinn. You know what would be the greatest thing ever? We could all team up to make wedding invitations. You could paint a simple design for us, and I could write them out with my fancy pants writing. And Rosanna can tell us what to write and paint. It's a great idea.
It is a great idea, but I don't know about that. I mean, I could try, but you really want me to do that?
Of course I want you to do that. I'd love to see you get back into painting, and this is a great start.
What if I mess up and I paint you and Rosanna wrong, or whatever the heck I'm supposed to be painting? Then all your guests will see it.
Don't worry about painting us. That's a really large scale and probably, like, really, really, really difficult. I just want you to do something small, like a bundle of roses or something. Maybe a bundle that features the colors of the wedding. Yeah, everyone would love that.
All right, I'll do it. I'll think of something that's cute. It'll be a surprise. I want it to be good, so I'll have to practice a little bit first. But I'll need an easel and some new paint supplies.
Thanks, Quinn. You're the best.
Russell leaned back and began relaxing again, finishing off the last of his sandwich. He set the plate on the table.
That was a delicious sandwich, Quinn. Is it okay if I stay here a while longer and take it easy?
Of course, stay as long as you need to.
Quinn crumpled his napkin up and took a drink from his glass that was sitting on the carpet next to the couch. He also grabbed Russell's plate and went into the kitchen. Russell nodded slowly and lied back down on the pillow. He watched Quinn clean up and take the plate away. He smiled. Russell could feel himself getting a little drowsy.
Quinn, I wanted to say something before I nodded off again. I wanted to say that, even though I was pretty worried when I came over, talking about making cards and relaxing, it helped. It made me realize that everything was coming together. You're actually going to be my best man, and I'm excited that this day is getting closer and closer.
Quinn heard Russell from the other room as he rinsed the few dishes that were in the sink. He returned to the living room with a towel in his hands, drying them off.
I'm glad. You shouldn't have to take away your own happiness by worrying about you being happy. That's silly. Just worry about yourself for right now, okay?
I will. I also wanted to say that
Russell blinked through his blurry eyes and smiled at Quinn.
it's a shame I never really got to know my half-brother, but Quinn, you've been a pretty good brother to me, and I'm certainly glad I got to meet and know you.
Quinn almost stopped breathing for a moment. Did Russell just call him his brother? He opened his mouth, trying to form words, but all he did was stutter. He leaned down next to the couch and rested his head on Russell's chest, hugging him.
Out of all the corny things you've said to me, that was by far the corniest, and also the best. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome, buddy. I'm glad I could finally express to you how important you are to me in words, buddy.
Quinn held Russell closer and smiled. Russell gently patted Quinn on the back, but he stopped midway through as he began to drift off. Quinn let go and smiled at him.
You're getting sleepy, aren't you?
He stood up and took off the Afghan from the back of the couch and covered Russell up with it.
I guess you're practiced for when I do find a pretty lady and get to that wish of finally being a dad. You're enough of a hassle to take care of as it is.
Hey, what kind of annoying little brother would I be otherwise?
Quinn reached for the living room light, turning it off.
Rest well, Russ. I'll see you when you wake up.
The end.
Very cute.
That's how we're gonna end all our scripts now. The end, ya dorks.
Well, you're wrestling Quinn scripts anyway.
Yeah.
Dorks.
The end.
I saw Ty smiling at some parts. What are you laughing at?
They're just cute. I was just sitting here thinking, like, I love their bromance. Oh, but yeah, I was just saying, like, you caught me smiling because I love their relationship. They're having, like, the biggest bromance in the world.
I know.
Oh, and I just miss, like, hearing about Quinn and Russell. They're
Probably dead fluffy man. I was just like,
You were spazzing out.
I was spazzing. What part was? Oh, he's like, I'll eat everything. I was like, you cute little thing.
And like, I would make cake for you.
I would cook him everything.
I know. I laughed at the part where just the transition from writing it to voice acting, because like originally I thought it was like, oh, you're sleepy, but it's like you're sleepy.
I know, me too. I was like, I want to change it last second. And I
Yeah?
didn't.
Good
Aww.
choice. Solid choice.
Better.
Solid.
Yeah. Dude, I feel weird doing this again. I'm like, I feel like I'm not on my A game, bro.
Oh, no.
I didn't feel like I was on my A game tonight.
You
Why
sounded
not?
fine. You sounded
I
good.
sounded fine?
I thought
Okay.
you sounded okay.
Okay.
What are you talking
I didn't
about?
feel like I didn't feel like I was doing good enough. I
I
feel like
thought
I
you
could
were
have
good.
done better.
I thought we were good.
Okay.
Okay.
You have anything else to say, Ty?
No, I don't have anything
Not
else
right
to
now?
say.
Okay.
What about you, Elizabeth?
I admire the character development that has happened over the course of time for these two. This is a nice little continuation of that, as usual.
I'm glad.
It's always enjoyable.
Isn't it so cute that Russ is that little goober who just worries about? He's just like, I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yes. I think it's adorable and a wonderful little development there.
I'm glad.
And Quinn's just like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm in the weird retrospect of like, oh, this is dorky and silly, and then people are like, I like this. I'm like, oh
I
thanks.
mean, you're still dorks, but
Aw. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks.
you're welcome.
She just
Keeping
keeps
it real.
on his truth like Quinn.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
you were the one who liked his answer when he's like, "Are you gonna be okay?" And then Quinn wasn't all like, "I'll be okay, buddy. It's okay. Don't stop crying." He's just like, "Yeah, I'll be okay. I mean, it kind of sucks, but it's okay."
yeah, I did like that. Yeah.
I do sympathize with Quinn.
Right?
Yeah. Have you had that? Like your bro gets married and then it's like, well, crap.
Well, yes, but that too. But I was also just going for the I'm a perfectly honest person.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
You
will tell
you
you
very
exactly what I'm thinking.
I'm glad. What was I gonna say? But I do.
I admire that in people. Anyway, keep going.
I know, right? I do like the line around the lines of what Elizabeth was saying, that there has been a lot of character development. Some people might just be like, oh, that's filler, but I'm like, I really feel like there has been a lot up to this point.
It's purposeful filler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then it's not filler
Like
anymore.
it's not. Oh my gosh, this mega thing happened on the show today. It's more like this happened, but it's kind of important.
Yeah, it's not like it's necessarily like plot development so much as character development, which is equally as important if you're gonna get the story to go anywhere.
My storage consists entirely of character development.
I know, right? That's yeah. Yeah, I really like how.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, I keep thinking what we have planned ahead.
I know,
And
it's
then
great.
this is
It's
just
Come on
great.
now.
Yes. We'll be fair, but I like it because, like, in the beginning, Russell wasn't very talkative. Well, I mean, he was talkative, but not very much about himself. And now it's like, even at the beginning, he's like, "Oh, nothing's wrong," and then he's like, "No, Quinn, I'll tell you what's wrong." And then I feel like a lot has happened to get Russell to that point.
Why read them?
Because we write about what we know.
I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, George is Russell and I'm Quinn. This is
Well, yeah,
what
that's pretty true. That's kind of what I think as I'm listening to.
Right?
Yeah,
I
'cause
was-
you know us.
I haven't read this in a while because we wrote this over break.
I read this like all the
Wait,
time.
Really?
Yeah, because
Well,
I proofread
when
it.
did we write this?
We wrote this over break.
We didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is the first time I've heard it in a while and I'm just like, are we narrating our lives on air? And then-
Are these our lives? Is
This
the
script
life?
was
Don't
us.
worry, I do
Yeah?
this too.
What?
Don't worry, I do that too.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
mean to, but it just happened.
Oh, I mean to.
No, I go and look at my characters and I'm like, well,
I know.
me.
Yeah.
Right? There's always someone that I write in that I have that a character has to have like one trait of me.
That's what I do too.
Yeah, every character of mine has to have something
Like
of me.
Quinn, him is the need to feel like he belongs and he wants a family. Like and that's like the most important thing to him and that's also the most important thing to me. And so every time Russell's like, I'll get you there, buddy, and I'm just like, I wanna cry.
Oh.
And I can't. Anyway,
Ow.
Jamie didn't get to talk yet.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of wanted to laugh all the way through this because this is just gonna sound really weird, but this whole dynamic with Russell being kind of like, he's kind of really like emotional right now, and he's also kind of about ready to pass out, and Quinn's taking care of him, and he's like, you okay there, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go make you some food. I have a friend who, when he's drunk, this is basically us. It's just like, no, like, I love you. Like, you don't understand. You're great. I'm just like, I'm gonna go make you some food. And so it just made me really happy because I know that's such a weird thing.
it makes
But
sense.
like, it made me happy because it just reminded me of a friend of
why-
mine. So I
this
was
is why
like,
we write.
yes.
I know, right?
So people can relate.
That's cute. I didn't think anyone else would. I thought that's
yeah.
cute.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
no, like that's
relate.
totally that
My-
dynamic is the
my-
please just stay with me. I'm gonna get you
My
some.
roommate is diabetic and she does that to me too.
Yeah.
Aww.
Other people pass out and do stupid stuff, Christina. It's not us.
Oh yeah. That's cute.
Other people are stupid, Christina.
Spit on my face again.
Anyways.
I'm just gonna stop.
We ought to be winding down here.
Yeah, I think we need to be.
Oh, this is so much fun.
I know.
We
I
gotta
think
go.
the commentary is like one of my favorite parts.
Commentary is
Well,
best
We've
part.
got a
we're
whole
back at school now,
semester
so
in
we
front
have
of
an entire
us.
semester to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, we
but
do.
any other Any other you guys like this? You like that? Did you guys like the scripts tonight? Overall?
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
being back.
Hey, remember that thing where we have a Twitter?
Oh yeah,
You should like tweet at us and give us some feedback on these characters and what you're digging and what you might want to potentially see more of, because I know you guys have like plans and ideas and stuff, but I know feedback's also always good.
It is. So.
Yeah, just Google Stark Actors on the Airwaves, and you'll probably get us on all our stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that goes along. I don't know if I can just maybe I'll just say it real quick on air, but people have been wanting more Abigail and Liam.
Mhm.
But I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. But I sit down, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I don't know what to write about them next.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for you, those of you that want Abigail and Liam, it's like I want to hear
Writing
what
prompts.
you guys want to know.
Writing
yeah,
prompts
I want to
are
hear what you
important.
guys want to hear next from those guys. So
They will
yeah.
take the challenge. We will
I just got a
challenge
random
ourselves
idea.
to
I'll tell you
write
after
your
the show.
prompts.
Oh, okay, great.
Cool.
I'm excited.
I like
I miss being Liam.
I know.
He's
that's why I want to
cute.
write more of Liam, because you're like, I miss being Liam. So that's why.
He's
yeah.
so cute.
All right, guys, we should wrap it up.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up.
All right.
Sign off.
We're gonna sign off now. And I'm so happy to see everybody. It's Ty's just so
know,
happy to be here. Just look at her
I
smile.
am.
Just
This
sit
is
there
true.
smiling.
Yes.
I feel like I've been smiling this whole time.
You have been. It's been great. Except sometimes you just listen patiently, like, oh, the story's gonna be good. And then when you're done, you're just like smiling, like, that was so cute. I miss these guys. Anyway, yeah, we gotta go. Okay, we're gonna sign off this way.
Okay, this is Jamie Laubacher signing off till next week.
This is Ty Gamble signing off.
This is Elizabeth Wheeler also signing off.
This is Georgia McCartney not signing off, just running out the door.
Anyway, this is your host, Christina Zorich. You have been listening to Stark Actors on the Airwaves, WRMU 91.1, the radio voice of Mount Union. And tune in every week, Thursday night at 9 p.m. for our show. And make sure to Google us, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. We see you later. We love you, and good night.